An armed robbery in Arlington. This time the target is a Mass Ave convenience store. Police say they're working the case, but if you saw anything suspicious, Arlington's PD can certainly use your help. Town leaders join the state in celebrating a newly restored Mystic Outfall in Arlington. This 6 years after a freak accident that dumped nearly 10,000 gallons of oil into the Mystic River. Tonight, an ACMi News update. In our continuing series on area nonprofits, we'll tell you about some of the great work the Boys and Girls Club of Arlington has been doing to give children a helping hand to succeed, not just during the holiday season, but all year round. And if you're not from Arlington and you're 90, why would you ever want to go to work? Especially if you're a world-renowned accomplished Hollywood actor who has absolutely nothing to prove. Only if you love what you do. A very special 90th birthday party at the Regent Theatre for Ed Asner, a.k.a. Fredricksen, Lou Grant, and yes, even Santa Claus.
From McLennan Park to Spy Pond, from Poets Corner to the Mystic River, we have Arlington covered. We're your neighbors, a friend you can turn to. This is ACMi News.
Thanks for joining us. Police are investigating an armed robbery in Arlington. I'm Brenda Mahoney.
And I'm Tyler Valancourt. Police are also asking for the community to give them a hand if residents know anything about the heist. It happened here at Arlington Convenience at 245 Mass Ave around 8 p.m. November 15th. Arlington police say a man dressed in black, his face covered with a mask and wearing what appears to be red gloves, entered the store armed with a weapon and stole some items. This picture was released by the Arlington PD. No word on what the reported weapon was or what was taken from the store. No injuries were reported, and police tell ACMi News that they are working the case, and if you saw anything suspicious around that time, they could use your help. Police say if you have any information whatsoever, you're asked to call them at 781-643-1212.
The taxpayers will owe less money than thought for a new high school building and other town expenses. It's not the project costs that have come down, but the expected interest rate. The town's treasurer told the select board at its November 19th meeting that the interest rate on the town's bonds came in lower than projected, saving taxpayers $1 million over 30 years. The town has a AAA credit rating, the highest rating for cities and towns, that in part is credited with cutting projected interest rates nearly in half. Town manager Adam Chapdelaine says it's a savings that'll help both taxpayers and the town.
The high school portion of that savings directly benefits the taxpayers in how much they pay in their debt exclusion or their excluded tax rate. The portion that's saved in the capital budget can't be directly put to another project, but what it means is that over the course of the entire capital plan, our debt service payments will be lower than what we budgeted, so there'll be more capacity in the capital plan to be able to do more projects.
And that interest rate is 2.7% when they thought it was going to be around 4%. In other select board news, board member Joe Caro congratulated ACMi's own Len Diggins, who was recently elected the chair of the Regional Transportation Advisory Council, which represents more than 25 municipalities. The council advises on critical regional transportation policy. We also would like to congratulate Len for his outstanding and continued dedication to our community.
Arlington's Conservation Commission joined the State Department of Environmental Protection to celebrate the newly restored Mystic Outfall. This massive project restored the natural habitat around the outfall that was heavily impacted 6 years ago when 9,600 gallons of home heating oil spilled into the Mystic River. You may recall an oil tanker truck crashed at the rotary along the Mystic Valley Parkway on Memorial Day 2013. The oil flowed into the storm drains, dumping nearly all its contents onto the roadway and ultimately into the river.
We're very lucky in Massachusetts to have the Oil Spill Prevention Act, which allows us to have these emergency equipment placed in different communities, and they're trained to use them. They brought them in, they took a crane, and they took this huge skimmer, and they put it via crane from the bridge over there down into the water to suck up the oil. This fuel oil floats, so we're lucky there. It didn't sink, and it sucked up the oil. We had the boom to contain it, and we got between that and some oil that we got out of the catch basins, we cleaned up. We meaning all the people involved, not me. Cleaned up the roadway. and the riverfront area got about 95% of the oil.
This is a wonderful example of the partnership between the local and state agencies and the community, showing that we can all work together to make something positive happen. The town, the DPW, the Conservation Commission, students at the local elementary school, community volunteers, and the state, both DCR and DEP, we all played a part in the process in the success of the project now and hopefully in the continued success in the future.
The State Department of Environmental Protection reached 2 settlements with the West Bridgewater Transportation Company responsible for the spill, totaling more than $60,000. Part of that money was used to restore the outfall and surrounding area.
There's Hollywood, New York City, Vegas, and yes, Arlington. This town can hold its own when it comes to entertainment worthy of the red carpet.
And one man who has walked it so many times was in town for a one-man show at the Regent Theatre November 16th and 17th. Not only that, but it was a landmark day for this A-list star himself.
ACMi News Director Jeff Barnes explains.
There is an extraordinary birthday party taking place at the Regent Theatre.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ed Asner. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, what a gorgeous cake. Give me that sucker.
Legendary actor Ed Asner turned 90 years of age on November the 15th, and instead of spending it at home kicking his feet up, this new nonagenarian is performing for the masses on stage right here in Arlington.
On behalf of everyone here at the Regent Theatre,
Yes.
and anyone watching this,
Yes.
it's a distinct honor and pleasure
Distinct.
to host you at the Regent Theatre on your 90th birthday.
That's a blessing. It's a real mitzvah.
Asner is starring in a one-man play entitled A Man and His Prostate, a sarcastic comedy that brings home a very serious message for men not to ignore the doctor's office and dodge a potential danger.
Well, it was written by Ed Weinberger, who was a writer-producer on Mary Tyler Moore, and he did very well afterwards as well. And he eventually took his bride on a cruise to Italy. And while on the cruise, he was struck by a case of an attack of prostatitis. And this is his account.
Asner is the most honored male performer in the history of the Primetime Emmy Awards, having garnered 7 for portraying the legendary Lou Grant. He's also the recipient of 5 Golden Globe Awards. He played Santa Claus in such blockbuster movies like Elf.
One Christmas Eve, Santa Claus got an unexpected gift of his own.
What in the name of Sam Hill?
And Carl Fredricksen on Pixar's production of the movie Up.
So it's wonderful that at the end of my career, I got to do Elf and Up and snare the next generation.
Earlier in the summer, Asner starred at the Regent in a one-man play, God Help Us, where he plays God in the arena of contentious politics. He says his goal is to make people laugh in a world that so desperately needs it.
It's the greatest activator in the world, showbiz, and I thrive on it. It makes me alive. I feel alive, and it's not an act of desperation of hanging on before I slip into oblivion. I feel better.
And Arlington is honored that such a renowned star of stage and screen is celebrating his 10th decade right here in the town of Arlington, be it Lou Grant, Carl Fredricksen, or even Santa Claus. For ACMi News, I'm Jeff Barnes.
So great to see him getting around. Well, Mr. Asner's brief visit to our town with a man in his prostate was well timed. He reminds everyone that November is Men's Health Awareness Month.
Great futures start here. That's an extremely fitting motto at Arlington's Boys and Girls Club, and this time of year, club leaders want you to know how much they appreciate your continuing help in the service they provide, not just over the holiday season, but all year long. In her continuing series on Arlington nonprofit, ACMi News intern Shayla McHugh talked to club leaders about how the Boys and Girls Club is always keeping an eye towards the future.
Well, the mission of the Arlington Boys and Girls Club is to inspire and enable all children, especially those of challenging circumstances, to realize their full potential. What that means, I think, is to provide opportunities for our kids, whether it's just becoming a member and being able to come here after school and meet friends. It's a place for parents can drop off their kids, and we're providing a fun, safe place for their kids to go after school or really during any non-school hours, to help out the working parents. We're also here to provide support to families in need. We help with back-to-school supply drives. Going back to school is a very stressful time for parents. Being able to provide backpacks and school supplies, is a huge help. During the holiday season, we also provide help at Thanksgiving for families in need or just having a tough time. We also help out families during Christmas. So we're really there to provide support for any families in and around Arlington, and that's really what we do here.
Now, Kevin, why don't you tell us a little bit about the different kinds of programs that you have here at the club?
Sure, absolutely. We offer a wide range of programs here at the club, actually, and I'll begin with our younger age group. And we offer a licensed preschool program, and we offer children 2.9 to 5 years of age. We also offer an after-school program as well, a licensed after-school program, in which we go around to all the elementary schools in town and pick up the kids and bring them back here to the club and take part in all the fun activities we have. We have our Club Kids program, which is a drop-in program where kids come and play after school, and they take part in activities such as free swim, open gym, take advantage of our learning center. We have our teen space here, and we offer, we offer programs, basically for all ages of kids. We have as I said, we offer swim team programs, we offer basketball programs. We offer programs for tots, a wide range, some STEM programming, some cooking classes, book reading classes. Really, it's, you name it, most likely we have it. So it's great to offer a wide range of activities for such a broad range of kids. So.
Our continued thanks to Shayla McHugh for conducting this interview in her excellent series on Arlington's nonprofit organizations.
That's right. Boys and Girls Club, one of many nonprofits here in Arlington that is so worthy that we're trying to get to at least some of them anyway and show them here on ACMi News.
It's great for boys and it's great for girls.
Well, coming up on the other side of the break, great coffee, delicious homemade granola, and now ice cream. The owners are friendly and it's a perfect place for a quiet breakfast. We give ACMi News intern Harvey Kelly a tough assignment this week. He sees what all the chatter is about regarding the Roasted Granola Cafe in the Heights.
And we go to the Fitchburg Art Museum that features work from a well-known Arlington artist. And that and more when we come back.
If you see news happening in your area and you have a smartphone, you can see it, shoot it, send it. Make sure to hold your phone horizontally and send us your video. Or share your video with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for ACMi News.
Oops. Uh-oh. Sorry.
Get on top of it before they do. Every 24 minutes, tipped furniture or a falling TV sends an injured child to the emergency room. Preventing tip-over incidents is easy, inexpensive, and only takes 5 minutes. Learn how to secure your furniture and TVs to protect children at anchorit.gov.
Arlington Heights has been lucky enough recently to have a place where you can enjoy a hot cup of joe and granola. But now, ice cream is in the mix, literally. ACMi News intern Harvey Kelly shows us how the Roasted Granola Cafe is topping off its business since Art Lounge moved out of its shared space.
I'm Emily Patel. I am one of the owners of the Roasted Granola. And I'm Sarah Short, and I'm the other owner of the Roasted Granola, and we're sisters. We're very excited. We teamed up with Rankatories, and we've got just we offer about 6 different flavors. Our apple pie parfait is really nice. It's Rankatories vanilla ice cream, or you could actually have any flavor you like with our granola, and we make a homemade apple compote or an apple and cranberry compote. That's amazing together. We will be expanding our hours to accommodate ice cream eaters in the evening. So we'll have at least 1, maybe 2 evenings a week where we'll have probably just ice cream and maybe a little bit of granola and things like that, but not a full menu, but stay open significantly later than we do right now. We really like being a part of the Arlington Heights community, the Arlington community overall. And there aren't a lot of spots in Arlington Heights that have art, and so we're trying to bring art to the Heights. So we have some amazing artists that have displayed their work here. We used to share the space with the Art Lounge that had art. And I was saying, one of the artists from the Art Lounge now is our curator, and she spends a lot of time soliciting art so that we can display it, so that we have it on notice for the community. And we've had just amazing comments about the art. People enjoy just walking past the front, so when they see the art in here, it just makes them feel good. We're going to have an artisans market here on Shop Small Business Day, which is Saturday, November 30th, so we're going to be open from 2 to 6, and I think we've got a lineup of 10 local artists. Xtina O'Neill has been spearheading a music venue. We've had a couple of events, and now we have a couple of new people who are joining forces with Xtina. They're going to start kind of spearheading a music venue.
Well, it's nice to have ice cream back in the Heights after losing the old Brighams and then Diggums a few years back. And Harvey says it'd be tough to top the Roasted Granola Cafe's coffee too, but he readily admits he only drinks coffee on days that end in Y.
This fall, the Fitchburg Art Museum featured a well-known Arlington artist in her unique sculptural paintings. Adria Arch's work was created to respond to the unique artistic ability of the museum's founder, Eleanor Norcross, an accomplished painter who lived in the late 19th, early 20th centuries. Arch's contributions of colorful shapes painted on lightweight plastic forms with mixed media style pays homage to Norcross's paintings and collection of decorative objects the world over. Arch's canvases include cut velvet, antique hat netting, and brocaded fabric.
Hi, I'm Adria Arch. I'm an Arlington-based artist, and I have a show right now at the Fitchburg Art Museum, which is in central Mass, not about 40 minutes away from Arlington, called Reframing Eleanor, and it features my three-dimensional hybrid paintings, which are sculptural paintings that respond to Eleanor's work that's on the wall. She was a woman who lived in the early 19th century, and was the founder of the Fitchburg Art Museum.
The unique and colorful exhibit was on view from September 21st through November 10th. Congratulations to Adria on her great artistic talents, and we want to thank ACMi member Charlotte Pierce for covering this story. Well, many holiday activities taking place at Arlington High School.
Let's go to Studio B with a look at our weekly Ponderscope and all your Arlington sports end of the season action. Take it away, Studio B.
Welcome to the Ponderscope, your Arlington High School news, updates, and more. On Friday, November 22nd, the American Red Cross Club will be hosting a dodgeball tournament after school at 3 p.m. All teams are required to be between 8 to 10 people, and both students and teachers can participate. Tickets are $5 and are available to purchase at all 3 lunches this week. If you have any questions, email ejc2020@spyponders.com and cmurphy2020@spyponders.com. The page to order yearbooks is now open and linked on the Daily Post. The first deadline to purchase a yearbook is Sunday, November 24th. If you order during this first period, yearbooks will be at their lowest cost. If you have any questions about how to buy them, feel free to contact Miss Donahue or Mrs. Clark. Make sure to stop by the first AHS Mario Kart tournament on Friday, December 6th in room 403 at 5 p.m., hosted by the class of 2021. Entrance is $5 and pizza and snacks will be provided, and the winner of the tournament will receive a prize. Along with the tournament, there will also be a casual corner. Hope to see you there. Massachusetts Water Resources Authority is sponsoring a poster and writing contest. The theme is Don't Flush That. To enter, create a poster, write a poem, story, or essay explaining what should not be flushed down toilets or put down drains. For more information, check the Daily Post. I'm Sagar Rastogi, and this has been the Ponderscope. Now I'll throw it over to Nick for this week's sports update. So Nick, how'd the girls do last weekend?
Sagar, let me tell you, it was an outstanding game, with both teams getting a lot of offensive opportunities. But sadly, after a hard-fought game, girls varsity soccer fell to Winchester 2-0. It was an incredible season for the girls, as they went further than last year in tournament play.
Megan Hannah beating everybody with her speed, sends it across, and Winchester trying to shoot, and a goal! Goal number 2 by Winchester.
Although they lost in the North Finals, they sent a reminder to the rest of the teams about the strength of the program. And with a strong core of underclassmen, they're looking to be in good shape for years to come. We would like to thank the seniors for an incredible effort they have put into the program these last 4 years, and we wish them luck in their futures. That's all for this segment of the Sports Update, brought to you by ACMi. I'm Nick Antonakis, and I'll see you back here as soon as we get into the winter season.
Well, thank you to everyone at Studio B for that. And don't forget to stay with us for all your latest news and sports updates, and that'll do it for us at ACMi News. I'm Tyler Valancourt.
And I'm Brenda Mahoney. Thanks so much for joining us from Studio A. We'll see you next week.
You can always check out our latest segments and newscasts on the web at acmi.tv/news. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ACMi News. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You'll find us at youtube.com/ACMi News. If you have any news tips for us or wish to become a citizen journalist, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at news@acmi.tv or stop by ACMI Studio A at 85 Park Avenue.